Hi and welcome to the shed. We're going to be doing something a little bit different today, and that is to try and get this thing going. I don't know if you can see that. Yes, you can. So this is an old Mamod steam engine. These were really popular in the 70s and 80s, and I was given this for a Christmas present when I was about 10 years old, something like that. So it's well over 40 years old. So I have had it going once or twice in the past when the kids were young, but it hasn't been running for probably 10 years. So we are going to see if we can get it going because I haven't got anything else to do. So first of all, I've got to go and buy some meths. So it's off to the shop for some meths. That's meths with an S. Meth. Do that after dark. Okay, so let me tell you a little bit about this. As I say, this was bought for me probably 1975, 6, something like that, when I was a kid. It consists of a tank, which you can fill up through this valve here. You can actually turn this one on and off, which was another little unique feature. I don't know if anyone has seen they used to do a steam traction engine and also a steam roller, which weren't quite as special as this because they only had a single piston. This one is a single piston model, and look, it still works. Basically, you heat up the steam in here using this burner. That's not the original. Once it's hot, you get some steam pressure. You turn this little lever here and hopefully this will start. It'll pump some steam through these pipes. I think it's yeah, so that's the inlet pipes, and these are the outlets. It's got its own chimney, but basically it runs. So, and that's about all it does. It looks like that's a little bit off skew, so we might do a little bit of maintenance. Definitely needs a bit of a clean up, but that's all to come. Okay, so I'm going to see if I can undo this tank overflow here. This is just to make sure you've got the correct level. This is where it could all go wrong. Oh no, it is turning. Don't really want to force it. I've no idea what these washers are going to be like, but that is coming undone. Give that a little bit of a loosen up, so that'll be good. Okay, so that means we've got the correct level. You've got to leave a bit of air in there, otherwise you'll just squirt water out. And then this one, I don't think that's the correct pressure. But again, it is loosening. You say that. That is tight. Yeah, so there's a little pressure valve on there, which hopefully still works. Yeah, that'll lift up if you've got a overflow situation. I've obviously put some PTFE tape on there the last time I did it. I'll probably have to refresh that. Okay, so I'm going to go and give it a bit of a clean up and get some meths, and then I will be back to you. Okay, so I've given it a bit of a clean, got rid of some of the grease. This was, when it was new, a lovely red colour. These were green, and obviously this was a lovely bronze, brassy, whatever you call it, colour. So obviously every schoolboy's dream, and I do remember that this was my best present I ever had as a child. It's the only one that survived. I probably had a chemistry set and a electronics set and all of that stuff. Oh, an air rifle. But yeah, this was the only one that actually survived. So I'm just going to give you a quick rundown of all of the parts, if I can. So these are the two pistons. I have made a rather poor repair at some point in the past here. There's a bit of solder in there. Don't know when I did that, but it's not very good. But the other one seems okay. So we're just going to give her a little oil up using the old trusty 3-in-1. There's quite a bit of play in this piston here. I don't think that, sorry, this drive shaft or flywheel shaft, I guess you'd call it. I might try and tighten that up. And then at the back here, these pistons slide up and down, and that opens and closes the exhaust and inlet valves. I could show you that, but I'd have to take it apart. Yeah, so basically that's pretty much all the oiling I need to do. I don't know why the whistle isn't working. For some reason it's not working good. I've got oil everywhere. Too much obviously. Oh, that feels already smoother. Okay, so the pressure release valve and filler cap here, I've realised it's obviously when I bought the new part isn't actually the right one, which is why I've got the PTFE tape in there. So we're making a seal, it's just, it should really be inserted completely, but I don't want to force it, so we're going to go with that. Might try and get the right part at some point. And as I say, the whistle not working, completely seized. Might try and do something about that. Okay, so I've had the whistle off. Sounds like a euphemism. It isn't. And I have loosened it up a bit, so it does at least move now. Still a little bit stiff, but I've got a feeling it might not seal properly. If it whistles, well, that'll be excellent. Okay, so we are ready to give this a go. I managed to get some meths. Took me 2 days. I tried Wilkinson's, Sainsbury's, Wickes. In the end, I had to go to home base and got some this morning. I've got a canister of hot water. That makes it a lot easier. So, in a moment, I'm going to fill up the burner with some meths. This thing. Get her alight. Should get up to steam in a few minutes, and we'll see if she runs. Let's do it. Okay, so first job is to try and get some water in there. So we are going to release a little overflow. It doesn't look like that's got a very good seal on it anymore. Release the top one. Again, I've got no washer on that. That might be why I've got the PTFE tape on that. Okay, so I've got a funnel. Not quite the right size, but probably should be enough. Smells of coffee. It's hot. Forgot how messy these things are. There we go. Right, we're up to the level there. You won't be able to see that, but it is coming out of this end. So hopefully that's enough of that. I'm going to have to go and get some tissue paper to just clean that up. But in the meantime, we can stick this in. Hopefully that's good enough seal. Looks like it is. Nice and tight. Okay, so we're ready for some meths now. Oh, I'm spilling loads of that, but don't worry, it's only flammable. Okay, put that to one side. Okay, let's see if it'll light with this. If not, I'll have to go and get a match. There you go, that's a light. One of the beauties of meths is you can't see the flame, although I can just about see that. I don't know if you can, but that is going. Okay, under she goes. I need to just get up a bit of water, put that there. I've no idea how long that'll take to get up to steam. But she's burning. Ooh. There is some smoke coming off from there. I don't know if you can see that. Let's change the angle a bit. Give that a bit of a backdrop. Probably going to gas myself. Just off that. Okay, I'll come back to you when she's nearly ready. While that's cooking up, I was looking on eBay this morning. This one seems to be a bit of a rare beast with the twin cylinders. There is a couple of static engines. There's a single cylinder, a bit like the traction engine, and there's also a single cylinder version like this, which is a stationary one. But yeah, I think it's a bit of a rare one, this. I don't know if you can see that. There's a little bit of steam leakage there. I just realised my valve isn't quite right. One of the things with this twin piston setup is when you turn the steam on, it has got enough pressure to start itself, which you don't get with the single cylinder ones. You have to give them a spin. There we go, a bit of water coming through. I reckon she's nearly ready. Okay, but let's give it a go and see what happens. Nothing. Okay, this is where I start worrying that it's going to start exploding. A lot of water in there, got too much water in there. Here we go. Can't remember which way it goes. Seems to have rather a lot of leaks. I'm going to have to push some water through first of all. Get it up to a bit more steam. I think that's pushing water through. At the moment that's switched off. So. That's now leaking. Not having a lot of success so far, but we'll give it another go in a minute. Maybe we've got a bit too much water in there. Yeah, I think we have. There's a lot of mess. She's going to go soon. I always thought it was that way, but it must be this way. Oh, there you go, got a bit of life there. Can you see that? Just refocus this a little bit better. Bit of kick back now. This isn't very exciting, sorry. Give it a bit longer. Burner is still going. There must be enough pressure in there. There you go. 40 years and she's going. And it will take a little while. Oh, right. Oh, here it goes. Okay, that's turning off the valve. So I think we had a bit of water in there, that's why it wasn't working straight away. Let's try it, see if it starts from just a straight. Oh, nearly. Try again. No. It's got its own chimney. Steam. Give that a stop, let it build up a bit more steam. The whistle's not working particularly well. Well, it's not working at all, is it? Let's face it. No, give up on that one. Okay, she's just cooling down now. I think we can call that a success. So I'm just going to go and put my outro shirt on, and I'll be back to you in a minute. That's better. So yeah, I think that was pretty much a success. We got it running. Great fun. It doesn't really do much, but it is good fun. Back in the day, you used to be able to get some little accessories. So you used to have like a sort of a grinding wheel and a buffer, I think, and like a little hammer. None of which could do it. I don't think you could even sharpen a pencil on it, but it was, you know, that's what you had to collect back in the day. So there you go. That's the Mamod twin piston steam engine, stationary, from sometime in the 70s. Sorry, low power mode came up then. Yeah, so sometime in the 70s. Yeah, good fun. See you on the next video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, tell your friends. Yeah, all of that stuff. There's a couple of links in the description below which are to some of these on eBay, so if you're interested in going and buying yourself one, do it. Cheers, see ya.